Rwandan singer and producer Bruce Melodie is having a great year. His new song, Funga Macho, a collaboration with Jamaican reggae icon Shaggy, is already rising on global charts, giving him an opportunity to perform to TV and radio audiences in America and beyond. Bruce, who is known for incorporating elements of his Rwandan culture and language into his songs, says that he always wants to create a unique and authentic sound that resonates with audiences both locally and internationally. He joined me in the studio to talk about his music career, his upcoming world tour, and new album. Bruce Melodie, welcome to the Voice of America.
Thank you for having me.
Good to see you, my brother.
Yeah, thank you so much for having me.
Listen, big fan. Congratulations on your career. You've been doing great things, amazing things.
I appreciate it.
I remember the first time I heard your music, I think I told you the story yesterday, is I was in Lusaka in Zambia. That's how much crossover you've had on the continent. Is like anywhere in Africa you'll go.
Which song was that? Which song was that?
It was something to Kwa Nyoye Kwa Sinze.
That was 2017.
Exactly, that's exactly where it was. October 2017 when I was in Zambia, and I heard that song. It's a great song. But ever since then, banger after banger.
I don't do bad music. I don't do bad music.
I like that.
Yeah.
You do great music.
Thank you so much.
Anyway, welcome to the show. It's good to see you. So what are you doing in the US?
I'm here for a media tour. We are promoting my song with Shaggy. It's called When She's Around. It's my latest. So we released a good song, and then I was like, let's just move.
Take it to the people.
Yes, that's what we're doing here right now.
Shaggy, the legendary Shaggy from Jamaica. Did you go to Jamaica too?
Mr. Lover.
Yeah.
No, not yet.
Shout out to the legend
to
Shaggy
himself.
For sure.
So I've never been to Jamaica, but I'm planning to.
This is an opportunity for you.
When
I'm
you
sure
see
you're about to be big in Shaggy. You know, I'm in Jamaica. Shaggy is a big guy in there. So tell us about yourself. So you're from Rwanda. When did you start your musical journey?
Yeah, I'm from Kigali, Rwanda, Kanombe. That's where I was born and raised. I studied in church like anyone else. Sunday school. I was in the choir. I used to sing with in the choir. From then, I started loving music, loving art and artists, choirs and all that. So for the first time when I wrote my first song, it was, I was in P5.
The primary five, yes.
Yeah. And it was a hip hop song. And
that's very young, like that's what, 8 years, 7 years?
Yeah, I was like 8.
Yeah.
And it was through the influence of KGB. It's a group. Back in the days, they used to do rap music, so I was
a local musical group in Rwanda. Yeah.
And then, by the time I was doing that, I had Riderman for the first time. And then I changed from the KGB, and then I started copying Riderman.
Yeah.
But by the time I used to do that, I wanted to go to the studio. I wanted to make my own music. And then I head to Nyamirambo. It's a place.
A suburb in Kigali. One of the hottest suburbs in Kigali, yes.
So I went to the studio, but it was not easy for me to get the money to pay and all that. So instead, I learned how to produce music so I can produce my music myself. And by the time I started gaining some money, and I was stuck in the production then, even doing music.
So you were a producer before you became a singer?
Yes.
That's amazing. I know that most producers from Malay, many artists that are producers are really great because they understand sound.
Yeah. Even right now, I can produce some music, but I choose to
work with other producers and then concentrate on the...
Especially young ones.
Yeah, give them an opportunity.
Yeah. And by the time I was trying to be a producer, I went to do some courses for production, and I met this guy. His name is Fazo. He's the first guy who told me, bro, you should sing. You should stop these production things. You should start your career as an artist, as a singer. So I was like, no, I just love production and all that. But I just give it a try, and I recorded a song called Tubi Vemo. I love the song, but in my heart, I was like, no, I don't want to be an artist. I want to be a producer.
You're still insisting to be a producer.
And then I released the song. And then I saw the impact. Everyone was happy for me. The radio station were playing the song. I was like, no, let me shoot the video now.
Yeah. Wow.
I shot the video. Now everyone started to realize who is Bruce Melodie.
Yeah.
I produced the second song, which is called Telephone. I started having fun and making money.
Yeah.
By the time it was in 2012.
That was pre-social media. That was before the Instagram.
Yeah, it was only radio stations and TVs.
Yeah.
And I released another song called Uzanda. That was like a confirmation to me, like, bro, you are an artist, you are a musician.
Whatever you were putting out there was being received very well with the audience.
Yeah, very well.
And that gave you the confidence that maybe this is the line of work that I want to do.
And everyone was like, bro, you have a nice voice. There's no one who talked about the production, the beats, and all that. No,
they were talking about your voice.
Bro, you sing very well. You are gifted. And I was like, I need to be an artist. I should start my career as an artist.
So you said some of the people that influenced your music in the beginning. You talked about Faker, KGB, and then Riderman. These are all local groups in Rwanda that I happen to know because I know the industry a little bit. But over the years now in 2024, how would you describe your musical style? What elements of, say, for example, your culture do you incorporate in your music?
So as I started, I used to be an R&B artist because the Afrobeat was not that big, was still there. Now I started as an R&B artist. I remember I used to hear Craig David all the days. I was like, I want to sing like Craig David. So I started as an R&B artist. That was before Afrobeat. And then when we realized that we are Africans, and then there's a style called Afrobeat, I was so impressed. Like I wanted to learn more even in Afrobeat. So we started mixing R&B and Afrobeat. So by the time we were doing Afrobeat, then Amapiano comes.
Yes.
And then we started doing Amapiano. So I don't have this particular genre that I do. I just do music. And when it comes about...
When it feels good.
Yeah, when I feel like doing it, I just do it.
So
because
you infuse all types of elements.
Yeah.
You know, whether it's Afrobeat, whether it's Amapiano, whether
like the third song I told you about, the third song I released, it was a hard rock song.
Hard rock song.
Yeah,
wow.
It's called Ozanda. You go ahead.
That takes a lot of courage to do a hard rock song
in Kinyarwanda.
So, talk to us about your creative process when you're writing your music. How do you typically approach writing and composing songs?
It depends on inspiration, but one day, like I have a song called, it's not yet out, it's on my album, which is going to be out soon.
Oh, big news, breaking news. You have an album coming out.
Yeah, I have an album coming out.
Yeah.
So I have a song on the album called Colorful Generation. You know what happened? I was asleep. And then I woke up, I was like, I feel like doing a song. And I have a home studio in my house. I went to the studio, it was 3 in the morning.
In the morning, yeah.
And I went to the studio, I played some piano, I was like, nah, I cannot do this. I went back to sleep, but I couldn't sleep. So I took my phone and just trying to write something, and in my mind, the first word was like, colorful generation. And I started writing the lyrics. Normally I don't do that. I'll be in the studio, I start with the beat, I put some melodies. When I'm good with the melodies, I start writing lyrics.
Around the melody.
By the time it was totally different. I started writing things.
Yeah.
I wrote, and then boom, done. I went back to sleep. In the morning, I did some chords on piano. I liked the chords. And then I started exactly same things I wrote.
Wow.
Fit in the beat.
That's amazing.
And that was it. Very easy.
That's an interesting process. So what are usually some of the messages you have in your song? I know most of your songs are feel-good songs, happy songs,
I even have some sad songs.
Yeah.
Like on the album, I have a song. I even posted that on my TikTok. There's a song called Narinzi Kuzagaruka. It's a song I did for my mom. Like she passed away when I was young, and I was like, I did the song for my little sister, the young sister of mine. She was very young. And then I tried to feel how she felt. So the song is like, I thought you would come back.
Yeah.
So I have some sad songs, happy songs, dancing songs. You know my song called, the same song you mentioned,
Yeah.
It's a party song, you know. I do every kind of message depend on how I'm feeling.
How you're feeling at the moment.
Yes.
Wow, that's amazing. So looking ahead, what are some of the goals and aspirations for you as a musician? Are there any projects you're working on or collaborations aside from what we've seen with Shaggy?
Yeah. We are planning for a tour. I should call it worldwide tour because we are going to the Europe, here in the US. We are touring in East Africa, and then my home, Kigali, Rwanda. You know, we have a tour. So mostly this year we are planning. So 2024
is a year for touring for you.
Yeah, is a year for touring. I want to meet my fans.
Are you coming to America?
Of course.
Yeah,
I'm coming to America.
We're excited. We can't wait to see you.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's talk a little bit about Rwandan music. How has the Rwandan sound evolved over the years, maybe the last 20 years, contemporary music?
Now, since I was born, it was more of like Lingala songs, music. Like even when you listen to the old music of Rwanda, was more of
like Congolese, rumba, soukous.
When you listen to
the guitar riffs.
when you listen to Imara, it was that Congolese. And when you listen back in the years, like the old who Rujindiri was Inanga, it was typical culture, you know. So when we start, like when we came our generation, there was more of modern music. That's when the music started. To me, music started, like this modern music started in 2000. That's when people started using.
What was the change? Was it technology? Was it the conditions in the country changed? What was it?
I think
what was it about your generation that created that shift in the music?
Now there were internet. People could download some other music from different countries, especially from here in America. We had some R&B. We got chance to listen to Bob Marley and all that. So we started do something like hybrid, like combining different styles, and then what comes out and downbeat. And I remember listening for the first time to a guy called Mahoney Bone. He used to call himself Tupac of Kigali. I was like, yo, this is good. That's the time we had, for the first time, hip-hop in Rwanda. It was Mahoney Bone. I was like, yeah, that is cool. It sounds exactly like America. So that was good. But when Afrobeat comes, everything has changed. And now we are working on a style called Afro-Gako.
Afro-Gako.
Yeah, that's Afrobeat with our own style, which is called Gakondo. Yeah.
Oh, I got that.
So we are combining that, and I love it because these young producers, they really understand our style. They also understand Afrobeat. So expect good things.
I love that. I love that. How do you see your role as a musician in preserving Rwandan culture through your music?
I'm from Rwanda. Even the language I speak is Kinyarwanda. Kinyarwanda is my first language. So, as an artist, I believe everyone who sees me
sees Rwanda,
sees culture, sees who are Rwandese.
Who you represent.
So I represent my culture, and as Rwandese, I think we have a good culture. Everyone should be like interested in. And when it comes about music, we are so special when it comes about love. We can make things sweet.
Your song with Shaggy has crossed over to America. You basically crossed the Atlantic. You're now in America, North America. People are going to listen to you. They listen to you on American TV stations. But what was the song for you that was the crossover hit from Rwanda to Africa? Like the song that put you on the map in many parts of Africa, especially in East Africa, where you
I have a lot of songs, like you mentioned earlier. You said you heard my song in Lusaka. That is in Zambia. But the first song I did, and I believe it was a big song to me in Africa, it's a song called Katerina. I wanna look at you, baby, kidogo, Katerina. I wanna look at you, baby, kidogo, Katerina. Say whatever you say, she's my new lover. I love it. Big song. That was a big song, and the influence comes from Kenya to the whole Africa. It was a very big song, and now we have. It's called Fudetwa. It's now a big song in Africa.
So you don't even know which one is bigger than this?
Yeah, I don't really know which one is bigger
Yeah.
than which, but it's a good music.
Let me tell you, for me, the song that I feel that was the biggest song of your career is Samoya. I always say it's the song that helped Rwandans out of COVID.
Sure.
You know,
Sure.
I remember it coming out. I was in my basement here in Washington, D.C., you know, during the lockdowns. And when that song came out, there was a certain energy to it that was just different.
You know what happened? I released Samoya. It's 7.
7 p.m.
Yeah, 7 p.m.
Yeah, Samoya means 7 p.m.
Yeah, and then they said curfew. The government mentioned that curfew starts at 7. It was like a coincidence. I didn't know about the government. It was like a coincidence.
You're not working with the government to tell them.
No, I just released my song, and then after 1 day or 2, boom, curfew starts at 7. So that's pushed the song.
Yeah,
and
that helped.
Everyone was like, "How does that guy know? How did he
produce the song?"
Yeah. But it was also a good song. It was
it's a great song.
An Afrobeat song, good vibe. Yeah.
I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. Love it. Sing us a couple of lines in that song, by the way.
Yeah.
Samoya.
Ndabana ichometse phone.
Hey.
Samoya urasanga niko chinze. Beat the sauce, beat the banana. Urakora choice upati jushaka. Beat the sauce, beat the urakora choice upati jushaka. Na wenda kuzmukobwa wo mumuji. Uzigari na hamanu kura nyonga. Oh baby Samoya.
Hey, Murugo Samoya. Yeah.
Nawe Samoya. It was a good song. That was a good song.
Tell us about the new album you're working on right now. How big a project is it?
Now, I've been working on this album for 3 years. And to me, it feels like this is my first album because the rest of albums I did, this is going to be my 4th album, but it feels like the first album because the rest of the albums I used to work on it just like 1 year, 2, was not that hard for me like this one. And do you know why I'm just trying to give it a time? It's because I want it to be the greatest album of mine. I'm still working on it. I want it to be a global album. Yeah.
What are you putting in there? What are some of the things? What elements are you working with? Do you have any cameos or features with artists from?
Yeah, there is some features, but I'm not going to mention any.
Secret until
But when it comes about styles, there is some culture things, our culture, Rwandan culture, and there is also different styles. And there is this type of song you can't imagine. Like the song you hear for the first time and be like, what is that? Yeah. I have that type of song. So expect good music from me. Yeah. And I'm working on a good album. Absolutely. We can't wait to listen to it. You said it has 16 songs? Yes.
That's a lot of songs. I mean, we are used to artists producing only one song this year. You know, they just produce singles. But you're working on 16 songs in one album. That's a big project.
Yeah, it is.
How do you balance staying true to your artistic vision while appealing to a broader audience, to staying true to who Bruce Melodie is?
First of all, I start by being I have to be Bruce Melodie because I don't sell only the talent. I also sell myself as a human being. You know, what I feel is what I put on the table. I don't want to fake it. I don't want to be someone else. I just be true to me before being true to anything else. So I feel like Bruce Melodie wants to do this. Of course, I have a team. I have to talk to them and all that. But my personality, my art, my gift allows me to be Bruce Melodie. I cannot fake it to be anybody else.
For sure.
That helps me a lot because even when I'm in front of people, I don't feel like, I need to do this. No. I just be me.
You be yourself.
Yeah, I be myself.
Absolutely.
And that's it. Thank you.
Are there any trends in Rwandan music that you're excited about? What are some of the things that young Rwandans are doing that's giving you hope about the industry?
Yeah. Now, back in the days, I used to work, I might say, alone. I used to produce good music, and the demand was high. They were every time pushing me, hey, release another song, But now we have a lot of good artists. I don't know if you heard this song from Chris Easy. Kukonje ndabana, ndabana,
I even know the dance, bro.
Yeah, that's a good song. or I don't know if you heard Kevin Kade. That was a big song. So we have now good producers, young, fresh, good artists. And shout out to Nyundo School of Music.
Yes.
Yeah, because
what's the name of the guy who
Popo.
heads it? Popo,
Mighty
yes,
Popo,
yeah, Mighty Popo.
So
Yes.
we have Kenny Sol from Nyundo, Kevin Kade from Nyundo.
Wow.
Even
so
the
they're
bands,
producing all that talent coming from Nyundo.
Even the bands like Symphony, they're from Nyundo.
Amazing.
A producer like Prince Keys is from Nyundo.
Yeah.
So they are helping a lot to the industry.
Now, many years ago, I don't know whether it's many years ago, but across Africa, I don't want to say just in Rwanda, parents never liked their kids to go into music or the arts of any kind. Do you see a change of attitude in society towards people that, you know, cultural workers like yourself?
Of course. They used to be like, if you do music, then you do drugs, you know. Everybody thinks they were like, artists does bad things. Like, we could not allow our child to be artists. But now it's totally different. Like, I'm giving you an example. I'm a parent. I have kids. I have 2 kids. And I'm producing for them album.
Wow.
And one is 8, one is 4. Another one is 4. The young one is 4. And they're singing well because they're talented. I cannot allow myself to push my child to do what I want.
Yeah.
They should do whatever they like because they used to stop us. They used to beat me after going to record a song, come back home late. So I don't want to do that to my kids.
But the attitude in general now, there's respect for people who are in the creative.
What do you mean? I'm
like
Bruce Melodie. They see me in Rwandan Day giving a speech.
Yeah.
You know, don't you want your kid to be Bruce Melodie?
Absolutely. And you're a good role model too. Yes.
It's totally different from back in the days. We are now good artists with a success, and they now see that what they used to think is not true. You can be an artist and you can be a good person.
Now, some artists that I've spoken to in Rwanda often complain that, you know, as much as there's so much talent, the market is really small. And that can be very limiting in how much or how far you can go. Do you see that as an issue?
No, because music doesn't need visa. If you do good music, then we cross the borders.
Yeah. So
it will sell.
I like that.
I don't see that as a problem. And plus, we have internet. You just record your song, put it on TikTok. It will be viral everywhere. You will perform everywhere. So I don't see that as a problem. We're all free to do good music. That's what I can say.
I love that. Let's do good music. Bruce Melodie, thank you so much for coming to visit us today, man. It was such a pleasure talking to you.
Thank you so much for having me.
I was a big fan before I met you. I'm a bigger fan now that I've met you. You're such a cool dude.
Thank you so much.
Bless. And I can't wait to hear your new project you're working on, bro.
Yeah, thank you so much. I appreciate. Yoo-hoo!